I will give you a signal. It's almost.
Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to another session of our STEM series. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where in the world you're joining us from. I am Estela Hildanaman, and I'm the coordinator for American Corner Abuba, and I'll be your moderator for this session. American Spaces provides access to current and reliable information about the United States through collections, internet access, events, and activities for everyone. Did you know that over 3 billion people use Google Apps daily for work, education, and collaboration, yet most of us barely scratch the surface of these tools? And so today we are diving beyond basic searches to explore how Google Apps can truly transform the way we work and learn. So today we are so privileged to have an expert in the field, Stephen M. Donkor, to lead the discussion. So he is a telecommunications and digital governance expert with over 10 years of experience in open source technology, digital inclusion, and youth capacity building. He has been instrumental in training individuals and organizations on open source data and applications to the Linux Accra community and mentoring youth at the American Corner U.S. Embassy, Ghana. He has worked with global tech and governance organizations, including FOSSA, HOT, MapGive, and the World Bank, contributing to network infrastructure, open data, and digital policy. As a Ghana IGF Youth Coordinator and IGF MAG member, he supports internet governance initiatives and policies that drive digital rights and inclusion. With a strong passion for empowering communities through technology, Stephen is dedicated to bridging the digital divide and bringing young people together with the skills needed to drive in the digital economy. So before we start the session, please do all to type all your questions and your comments in the comment box below, and they'll be well addressed. And also do let us know where you are joining us from. So thank you for joining us once again. Over to you, Stephen.
Hello, thank you, Estella. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you. So I'm happy today to share a little knowledge as it is I have with everybody on the topic of how we can make the most out of Google. As you've clearly said, we still have a ton of people who are still not aware about some of the enormous tools and applications that Google actually really provides to us. And we would want to take the opportunity today to share some of those apps that may be, I don't want to call them hidden gems. They are available, just that we do not know the exist. So for today, I'm just going to quickly share my slide so we can dive into our business for the day. Kindly confirm you can see my screen, Estella.
Also, we can see your screen.
Yes, so today we are going to have a combination of two approaches where I'll keep the presentations very brief and short, and then we can dive on into data in our hands so that we can really have first-hand trial on some of the applications that it is we would be talking about today. So for us, as it is, we know everything today as it is we're going to talk about it is going to be based on Google and the applications as it is we are going to make out of them. Most popular people will know Google basically for just Gmail, but Google is actually beyond just even a cloud-based productivity collaboration tools that has actually been developed by Google for all of us to be able to use. We have free versions. And now what it is we may call Google Workspace, which may come as a proprietary version, gives you even more tools to enhance
either your work in the office or if it's a small business, you're able to really do that. These are just a few lists of some of the applications that we might know Google for. Most of my favorites, which is points number 3, which is Google Docs, Google Sheets, Slides, and Forms. One of the topics as it is I'm going to delve into today. People still don't know this actually really exists in Google. We'll take about 10 minutes to be able to just do that. Google Meet, I'm sure a lot of us may have used it in our conference meeting calls. There is Google Keep, there is Google Calendar, there's Google Site you can use for building websites. There's Google Storage. If you are using a free version, at least you have 15 gig or gigabytes of data that you can actually carry anywhere as it is you want to be able to go. But one also asks, where do we find all these applications? You do not want to worry. I think you want to take this opportunity as well to follow the Ghana US Embassy YouTube channel, subscribe so that anytime there are very educative trainings as such, you may be the first to know when they are actually up. So today, I'm also going to also dive into the part where we talked about going beyond search. And when I said going beyond search, what it is we want to be able to have done, even though there is research that has actually pointed us that there's over 96% people will say 20, people will say 16, but in an average, we have about 90% of all search users online who still do not know how to use Google search properly. This will not also be our fault, but it may also just be that there's so much to be able to learn and the learning curve can be wide for us. But with some of this training, we are able to reach some of those gaps by giving you some of the tricks as it is you can use to find some of those tools. So even before I get deeper into what it is we want to be able to do today, I would quickly just go into Google. As it is, we would know it for a normal Google page would look like this as it is. I'm sure we are all aware about. And I'm just going one step back to also let us know that there's more to it by just typing what it is you want to be able to search. I know normally if we want to be able to search anything, which I always advise people to do once in a while, search your name online and see what it is you can find about yourself. Sometimes it would be good to delete certain information as it is, even though we know the internet does not forget. It's also good to know that Google has come up with a tool that enables us to be able to delete some of those things that might not really be good about us or good digital footprints online. This is what it is we know Google for, where we basically search anything as it is we want to be able to search on any topic, as it is we want to be able to search, and then we find resources. But there is a very great way of finding that information as it is you want to be able to use. And I'm just going to show a few of them. So to be able to search, let's say, for instance, I wanted to search a Jaguar. You know, we have Jaguar cars and the animal Jaguar, but how are you able to tell Google what it is you want to be able to find, what it should find for you? And one of the things that it is you want to be able to know is that machines are not intelligent. What we normally was taught in school is that it's garbage in, garbage out. And so if you do not access the right questions, it might give you random answers as it is you want to be able to. Let's say I want to search the word Jaguar, right? And I type in Jaguar. If I do a random search, you see that it gives me a combination of animals and cars. But if I do not want Google to return cars to me, all you need to do will be to add the minus and then write cars, right? When you do that, your search now would or should be limited to only things that are related to animals, right? But in the first search, because I did not write the minus car or cars, it's going to jumble out a couple of informations back to me. There are instances where
you might be online and you want to search specific phrases or exact phrases as it is you want to be able to search. In these instances, it is always advised to use what we would call the quotation marks, right? So if, let's say, I wanted to find the climate impacts in agriculture and I just randomly typed climate change impact on agriculture, it's going to search a lot of things for me, right? Things that are useful and non-useful, right? But if I want to find the exact thing as it is or phrases that it is I am looking for in the documentations as it is I want, I the one who close the sentence or the phrase as it is I am looking for with what we call quotation mark, right? By doing so, in putting what it is I am searching for in quotation mark, now Google is aware of what it is you are exactly looking for and actually streamlines the information or the results as it is it needs to be able to return back to you based on what it is you are searching. You're not going to find anything that is not in the context as it is. We have it. You can actually also make a search on, let's say, a website, right? Where, let's say, if you wanted to go to BBC or My Joy Online or even a school's website or whatsoever it is you want to be able to find, where there's tons of information that you can actually search specific things and Google would go in and look for you only the information as it is you are looking for. So for instance, let's say we want to look for the keyword Galamsey on the website My Joy online. So in your search bar, what it is you need to be able to type will be search, semicolon, the website's name, which is My Joy Online, and then space, and then whatever as it is you want to be able to search, right? When I search that and I scroll, you notice that it will only bring me topics because I have only mentioned My Joy Online in this instance. It's only going to return My Joy Online website with all the information as it is where they have the word Galamsey in that context. That is being mindful of what it is you are searching for and not wasting your time so much in searching what it is you want to be able to search online. Let's say you went into a school's website, right? And then you wanted to search for admissions. Sometimes there are certain websites where the map of the site or the flow of the map is not very exact for you to be able to know where what is. You can quickly just do an easy one, right? So let's say I go to the GLS or Ghana Law School website and I type admissions, right? When I hit all admissions, you will notice that it brings me only things that are related to admissions, right? And nothing else, right? These are some of the basic ways as it is a lot of people, as it is Google said. There are tons of them as it is you want to be able to search. Maybe you can even hit in Google as it is we have right now. This will just be a brief of them as it is you want to be able to search, where you can find most of the powerful ways of searching or making a search in Google. And you might find a lot of ways as it is you can really search, even if you wanted to search for a document, which is a PDF document, right? You need to be able to know how to it is you want to be able to do. If you want to be able to even have a definition of an item, right? You can just quickly say define an item, right? So to give you a quick definition of what it is you want to be able to do. These are better ways of searching what it is we would call Google. Don't just go and then probably go and type admissions of maybe a university. You might have too many informations as it is you want to be able to search. And please, you do not want to be part of the 96% of people who use Google search and do not know how to use it properly. By visiting this today, you want to know, you can now find one step of now finding how to search Google properly so that you can actually escape yourself from that as it is we call. The next thing as it is I will be talking about will be the power of collaborations or collaborating as it is Google brings to each users. And in the generation as it is we are, AI has actually disrupted everything as it is we want to be able to have done, do I hope I'm back. Hello. Hello, Esther. Can you still hear me? So, on that note, sorry for the little. I'm going to lay emphasis heavily on how to use some of the collaboration tools. I'm also going to introduce to us some AI tools as it is we didn't really know existed. The last one as it is I'm going to leave for the end of the presentation for today. That AI tool by Google allows you to even create a podcast without any hassle. You're able to, add more than or up to about 50 documents and then explore the power of AI as it is Google actually gives to us. So the first AI tool as it is I'm going to teach and then move on to the collaborative angle is AI, what we would call AI Studio, right? I'm going to just share it in the chat so that it would be shared with all of us, or Esther, can you hear me share the link in the chat for all of us? So you can basically go to AI Studio, and AI Studio gives you the power of AI in your hands. You are able to manipulate images than never before as it is you want to be able to have. You can have an image where the person is not wearing suits. You can ask the AI to make the person now be suited on, and AI will help you do that. You can use it to change the color of images as it is you want to be able to have, and it will do more than what it is you would imagine it to be able to have done for you. When you are on this platform, the one I'm going to recommend for you to use will be the image experimental section for you to choose, where you would find in the model, so Gemini 2.0 Flash image generations experimental. This tool, we can use it to do anything else that we want to be able to have it to do for us. So I'm just going to pick one of my images, right? And we'll see what it is we can have it do with us. And the link, as this I say, is AI Studio .google.com. So I'm going to pick my latest image of myself I have, and then be able to have the manipulations done on the same just in a minute. So that I put the images up, and this does not only manipulate images. You can actually add voice. You can access certain questions as it is you want to be able to have. So all I'm going to do will be to drag my image as it is you would see here. Let me zoom it up a little for you to see. All I did was to drop it here. Help me use this person. And the beautiful thing is you are actually just going to interact with this model, and all as it is going to do. So you notice that just by what it is I have typed, right, based on what it is and how better as it is you can ask it to do a lot of things as it is you want to be able to do. This is one of the tools, what as it is I believe a lot of people are still not aware about. We can pick the image of anything that is red, just type it and ask it to change it to a color green. It will perfectly do that. I could ask it to maybe put coffee in his hand or a water bottle in his hand. And then the platform would be able to handle that to do. But one of the key things I always say when I am introducing people to AI models are that promptings are very critical ways of instructing an AI model, whichever model as it is you are using, or any model as it is you want to be able to have them. when you do not prompt or give it the right command, you might not really get an efficient result. And one of the tricks I always tell people will be that if you do not know how to access the questions, the beautiful thing is that you have the flexibility of asking the model to teach you how to access the questions as you want to be able to access. So what it is you want to be able to do? I probably want to be able to manipulate an image. I can ask the model, hello, can you teach me how to ask you or can you teach me how to generate grades? That's like good prompts on how to manipulate an image. And then this majority of the time would work on any AI model as it is you may have it, right? Anything as it is you envision to be able to do, you can actually just ask that model, whether you're using ChatGPT, whether you're using Bing, Gemini, any model as it is you want to be able to have used. You can just ask it that question to be able to help you on the prompting as it is you want to be able to, and it will explain the prompt for you. It will give you examples of the prompt as it is you want to be able to use, so that at the end of the day, you'll be able to ask it good questions as it is you want to be able to say and get the best out of it. Taking that out of the way, this is just to be able to hold our attention. Like I said, at the end of or before the end of the presentation, I'm going to also introduce one more AI platform as it is Google also have. That will be for anybody who probably is interested in creating podcasts. You're able to create audio podcasts for whatever content as it is you want to be able to have created. I'm not going to go extensively on how to make the best out of the platform, but I'm just going to give an introductory to the platform and how to be able to load data to it. Now, putting this aside, I'm going to go to the next model, where I've seen certain teachers use this model on training their students on how to now train the machine model as it is you want to be able to have done. Every AI model needs to be trained, and the URL to be able to go to have that done is teachablemachines.withgoogle.com. With teachable machines, you are able to now understand how machines actually really learn to be able to have their predictions done. All right, you're able to run audio projects or even be able to have what would call poses to be able to get the correct answers or not. The beauty of it is that you can have APIs that are generated for you to be able to also plug into your either website or projects. I'm just going to use one of the models. When you go, you will hit this. You can create any new project as it is you want to be able to have created. I'm just going to use the post project to be able to show us on how to train a machine on how to identify certain things, right? So I'm just going to make my first post. The first one as it is I want to be able to do. I have the option of either uploading an image or a video if I have so. I'll use my webcam to be able to do the same thing as it is we have. So in this instance, I'm going to use this model to identify when we have a bottle and then when it is not a bottle, all right, or when it's a phone or any item as it is you want to be able to have done. Right. So for my first class, you can actually edit it to anything as it is you want to be able to have done. I can write Mauto as I am called as my name. You can change it to anything if you want to be able to have this change. The three dots gives you the options to either delete the class or disable it. So whatever you want to be able to do. When I click on this, right, you notice that now I appear in the model, right? So, and when I bring my full body a bit into the model, you'll notice that with every action as it is I do, the machine is able to identify where my critical joints are, my nose, my eyes, right? So I am going to train this model on how to identify, me from maybe probably a bottle. So I'm just going to hold this and then record. I can wave if I want to wave. I can, dab if I want to be able to dab. Once I still hold the button, it will take as many poses as it is, this is going to help it train the model. I'll use this to train the bottle where I'm going to identify bottles, right? So I'm going to use this, right, to be able to help whatsoever thing as it is we want to be able to find. Okay. So after doing this, I have two sets of data or information. You can add the more the data as it is you input, the better the model or the outcome of the model as it is you want to be able to have. After capturing these two data or feeding the model with data, I'll now go to train. In this instance, now the model is now going to, go into the data as it is I have fed it, be able to analyze those informations and have basic understanding of what server as it is I was attempting to be able to do. And in a couple of minutes, it's going to be done with its analysis. And after those analysis, we can actually have a quick review of what it is. And this is the basic principle of any AI model as it is we have. So any of the GPTs or ML applications as it is you've been using, they first have to train those models or machines with huge chunks of data. So if you ask any GPT, as it is a lot of people are currently used with, and it gives you responses, it is only because chunks of information have been fed into those models. That is how come it is able to have a prediction of the results as it is you are expecting. There are times you may have it wrong because machines are not intelligent, even though they've been trained with a lot of data that makes them close to almost thinking as human beings. But one thing as it is you want to be able to know is that machines will never have feelings, as human beings would always really have. So when you are training this model, you do not need to close the window as it is you may see on my screen, because the processing of the data is done from the local machine, why you don't need to be able to have it closed. Now that we are done training the model, right, there's a preview of whatsoever as it is we want to be able to have that. And based on the information we have, so you see we have my name and what it is we have here. So this is what the data is going to be based on the actions as it is I do that the camera can actually see. It's going to tell you the prediction based on the model as it is we have it, right? So if I raise the bottle, you realize that we have 100% of whatsoever as it is we have here. But if I go on doing other actions as it is we may have had from the other models, this is supposed to be able to change. We have the options of going into the advanced model if you want to be able to change anything as it is you want to be able to change, all right? And then this gives us the outcome of whatsoever thing. So you notice that anytime I do my movement as it is I was doing in the first model as it is our training, right? When I added the Malta model, you notice that anytime I dab, the output actually changes into the Malta going 100% because that is the data as it is I have trained the model with. You can use this to train any model as it is you want to be able to experiment on, to teach it how to identify objects, and also in certain cases help people understand when we talk about AI or machine learning, what the processes are. You can go to the audio sections and be able to have certain audios done. right? In certain instances, you can sync or whistle, and then the application will be able to do its own samplings. Based on those samplings, it's able to help you identify what it is you are doing at particular time. I'm going to pause here. I don't know if there are any questions in the chat at now, because I'm going to move from the AI tools. I've taught 2 AI tools and ML platforms, and then move to the collaborative aspect of how we can get most collaboration power out of Google applications, and where to find most of those applications. And then would crown it with the last one with another machine or AI application, which you can use to generate any podcast as it is you want to be able to have generated with even audio as it is if you want to be able to have it done. So you can have the audio generated or your podcast with 2 people in conversations talking about a topic as it is you may have given the model. Based on those data as it is you may have given it, it will generate the postcard for you. You don't need people to record it for you. Conversations are great. You may have even expressions or even feelings and reactions even in model. It's one of the most powerful tools as it is I've seen Google produce. Yes, among all the other applications as it is, they have 4 RAS now. So hello Estelle. I don't know if there are any questions here in the chat. I'll be happy for anybody to share with us as it is we go. We have about 30 minutes to go again. Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Otto. I mean, the session is really, really insightful, and we have a lot of comments in the chat box. We have people talking about how insightful it is and how great your session is going. We have a question from Dr. Patience Quay, and she's asking that is it free or we have to pay at a particular point? I think with the tool that you shared with the Google AI Studio and then the Teachable Machine, are they free or we have to pay at a particular point?
Yes, so Doctor has already answered the question as it is. She's asking, as much as Google try to make a lot of its tools available to us with a cap at certain points, right? With the experimental one as it is, I have shared for the AI first model, you notice that that didn't give us any limitation as it is we want to be able to have it. But once you want more computing power, once you want to be able to do more advanced things as it is you want to be able to have done, then their model of pricing may be able to set in to be able to enable you to do that. But with most of its free versions, you can still do a lot as it is you want to be able to do with them.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Malto. So I think we can continue since we have.
Awesome. So the most popular one as it is we know, which is Google, which is now called the Google Workspace. As it is, we have a Google Workspace actually gives you the combination of a lot of things: email, calendar, Google Docs, Google Present. So I'm going to use this opportunity to dive a bit into some of those applications with the mindset that we have students who may not know how to either collaborate on certain documents as it is they want to be able to have work on. If you are doing your project work, you don't need to always physically meet at the same location. You can always collaborate on any of the Google Doc applications if you wanted to collect data, which we have already seen. There is Google Forms you can always use to be able to have that done. I'm just going to dive a bit into it. I've opened one of my Gmail as it is you'll see on the screen for the purpose of this illustration. When you open your basic Gmail, it looks like this, where you see your name and then this famous 9 dots as it is I always call them. This is where almost all the tons of applications that are available to you are loaded, right? When you hit on it, right, you see every application that you can actually use in Google for you. Right. So you can see Google Docs, Google Slides, Google Sheets, which is for what we know as Excel. Google Docs, what will be word processing if you wanted Word online. Or if you don't have a genuine Word application, you can always use Google Docs. The only side of it is that you would need internet to be able to always have that done. Google Translates, calendar. I know people are already used to. There is also Jamie, where which is some people call it the Google Assistant or your personal assistant or the AI tool for Google. There is a lot of power with this AI tool. There are a lot of things as it is you can do, from image manipulations to generating anything as it is you want to be able to have generated. This AI tool, one, because it belongs to Google, it's able to tap into almost all the data that is available to Google. You are able to fact check even on Google on the AI model based on what it is as it is you want to be able to have. So I'm going to just pick at random, be able to run through a couple of them for us to see. You can explore some of them later. There is Google Earth for geography students, where you are able to see certain things at good resolutions, or even for some of your project works. For the business people, you can always do the Google Ads, AdSense, the password managers. If you are bad at keeping passwords like me, you can always use the password manager to be able to manage your passwords across a lot of sites. There is a classroom I'll not dive into. I'm just, like I said, I'm just going to pick and choose some of them based on the time as it is we have, so that we can actually run through a lot of them. You might not be an expert at the end of the day, but it would have taken to a point that could drive your curiosity in wanting to be able to know. So first and foremost, I'm going to go to Google Keep, which is just a note keeping part as it is you can have on online. You can create as many parts as it is you want to be able to have created for yourself. You can rearrange them the way you want to be able to arrange them. If you are not comfortable with the white space, you can always turn or turn off the dark modes as it is you want to be able to have. These are some of my keeps, sample keeps as it is you might see. You can ping some of them if you want to pin them, and it becomes the first on the list. You are able to start a new notes if you want to be able to start it by just taking a note. Hello, or all right. Google Apps. That is the title of what it is. This is my note. Let's meet online. Right. I can add as many notes as I want to be able to add. The beauty about Google Keep is that you can actually set a reminder on the Keep to be able to alert you when what it is you need to be able to have done is due. And all you need to do will be to hit the remind me button, and then you're able to set the time as it is you want to be able to have set on you. And also with Google, any application as it is you use on Google or any of the apps, it synchronizes whether on web or on mobile. So you can have Google Keep on mobile and also in the browser as it is you want to be able to have. And once you log in with the same Gmail account, you are able to see whatsoever I did online and then in mobile, right? So I can set a reminder on what it is I want to be able to send. I can change the color of the sticky notes, if you want to call it, or the note as it is I want to be able to have to any note as it is I would prefer. I can give it a theme color based on how I'm feeling that day. If you are feeling hungry, you can always have the noodles bowl added to it as it is you want to be able to add. You have the options of adding images to your item if you want to be able to have it added, right? And then the image would be added into your notes and kept there as it is. You need to be able to have kept. You can delete. Once you can add, you have the option of also deleting the image as it is. You have the do and then undo button. You can have them all. We can always label this. Labeling this will mean that you want to be able to put names or be able to rearrange a couple of your notes in a particular manner. So that's when you want to be able to search, right? Online class. right? So you're able to find them. So you notice that I now have a label that has been added onto this, right? This is my notes, this is my title, right? I can also collaborate on my notes. Why I said in this generation as citizen, there are two things that are very critical to me, AI and collaboration, because you cannot do one thing all by yourself. You might always need somebody to either cross-check what it is you are doing, and also be able to add a second eye to the information as it is you may be able to work on. Collaboration, I can always invite anybody that I want to be able to invite onto this. When I say automatically, uh, the other person will be added to the document as it is I have created. The other person sees the application, sorry, the note as it is you have created and all the information you've created on it, right, in his Gmail account. And it's also able to add information as it is you want to be able to add. If anybody is wanting to share and not or have a dummy email you want to be able to share in some of maybe the next presentations, you can gladly share that. If Esther can also share hers, so that you can see the power of collaboration. So Esther, if you can share your email with me, so that I can add it to the next section as it is I want to be able to have, so that you'll see the power of collaboration as it is. You can create not only notes, you can actually also draw if you want to be able to draw. I don't know why it's not available today. Images, if you want to be able to have, we can have a checklist of items you want to be able to do. If I want to buy tomatoes or buy anything as it is I want to be able to buy, you can have it as a checklist for you to be able to have. I can add as many items as it is I want to buy. This can be your market list when you are going to anywhere you want to be able to share that information. It can be your to-do list as it is you want to be able to have. And also, one of the things I said is that, or one of the things I like with Google applications, that every other app, one way or the other, can be found or be called in the other applications. If I come into my Gmail, you notice I have this here, which is my keep, even though there's the task or to-do list. I mean, I'll jump into that based on the time we may have, right? If it is not here, you can always go to get add-ons and do your search as it is you want to be able to have, and then you can add as many things as it is you want to be able to have. There's Google Calendar. If I click on the keep, right, it's just going to load all the keep as it is we have. You will notice this one I had green, and this is right in my email. And if I had it anywhere and there were notes I was taking, I can actually pull that directly into I can call my calendar directly into my email. Whilst I'm in my email, I don't need to actually move out of my email to be able to have that. Now I'm going to go to the next one, which is Google Drive, which sometimes I would want to call your pen drive online. Google Drive, which you just have to go to drive.google.com, gives you the power to there's a moment gives you the power to keep up to about 15 gig on your free account online, right? Where you can do anything as it is you want to be able to have it done or carry that wherever as it is you want to be able to go with. All right, I am back sharing. So if we go to now our drive, so the easiest way you want to go will be to go to your 9 dots, right? I'll hit on drive again. It takes you directly to drive.google. You can always go to drive.google.com to specify to take it directly to that place. When you are in Drive, like I said, you're able to pull other applications as well into Drive. So I'm going to pull our documentation, I'm going to pull our spreadsheet, and then our presentation slides, and then we'll see what it is we can do with same. Estelle has shared her email with me, so I'm going to collaborate with her on the next place. So in your Google Drive, you are capable of creating a folder by just hitting your new on your extreme left, right? So by hitting the new button, I can create a folder, upload a folder or a file based on what it is you want to be able to have done, right? I can see all the other things as it is I want to be. I'm going to quickly talk about this 4 basic ones, right? So I'm going to create a folder just to let you know we can create folders, right? When I create a folder, you notice now I have a new folder as this we have here. When I double click it, the folder is going to open, right? In this folder, I can create as many files as it is I want to create. So I can create what we call Word, or what's this application calls is at Google Doc. So this is what we'll call the word processing or Google Docs in Google. I can also collaborate on this. And to collaborate on this first, before I continue, I'm going to name it again, online class 1, all right? I can type my name is Malta. Now I am going to invite, how do you call it, Excel, which is also on the call, to join me in the same document so that I don't need to be in the same physical location with Excel to work on this document as it is we're going to be able to have. So if it was your project work or a document you are working or a proposal or anything, you do not need to be in the physical location. You don't need to wait for Monday to be able to meet your colleague to work on the same document. You can actually use the power of Google Docs or Google Workspace to be able to achieve that. So when you come to the top, I'll just go to share, where I can give people basic permissions, right, on what to do. So this is Excel's email. I can choose to notify her or leave a message for her to have it notified in his email or read what I want her to do from here, right? Now, this is the permissions I can enable her to do. I can allow her to only be a viewer. In this case, she cannot make any corrections to the document as it is. She can only read, not delete, not add or anything, right? I can ask her to be a commenter where she only adds comments to the document, or I can allow her to be an editor. In this instance, she has the tendency to be able to add, edit, delete whatsoever as it is I want to be able to. So Excel, I've sent you the invitation. If you can kindly jump onto the document for me, and then we'll see you as it is you are typing. And it's in real time as it is you would have it. And apart from collaboration, you can also share the document, right? You can copy the link and share it to anybody you want to be able to share it with, and the person will be able to have access to the same document. All the functionalities as it is you would have in your basic Word, you are able to have that done online once you have a stable internet. Hello, Estelle, are you able to type, edit, delete what it is I am doing so that we can see you collaborating with me in real time? Hello, Estelle.
Hi, Malta. Just a quick one. I think I have to just make some quick changes. So, I mean, just still run through. I would jump into it right now.
All right, sure. So this gives you the option to do anything you want to be able to do. Highlight your text. You want to be able to highlight and bold it, give it a color. If you want to do, be able to do that. You can make one a different color based on what you want to do. You can give it a background color if you so wish, right? On any document as it is you want to be able to have them. I'm just waiting for Extella to jump onto the document. And once Extella jumps onto the document, I'm going to see her pop up to know that she's actually live on the document. Whilst I'm still for her, I'm going to go to the next one since we don't have time, which is Google Spread, right? Which is just like Excel online. All the functions as it is you want to be able to have in Excel, you would have seen if I had numbers. I wanted to be able to type. I'm able to do same. If I did Malta. Right. And I wanted to still have the calculation of it. I can do my normal calculations, right? and it gives me the sum of it by using a formula. It's able to do that. You can do your additions, you can do complicated things. You're able to even able to use Gemini. You can see the power of AI and able to even do a lot of things as it is you want to be able to do. In all the apps as it is I have, if you wanted a formula, if you wanted it to help you do basic analysis, as it is you want to be able to have done, it's able to do same for you. I'm going to go back to my folder whilst I still wait for Excel to create a slide, right? You can create a blank slide or create from templates. So I'm just going to use a template for us to be able to see it. So I'll just pick any at random, right? And this works almost as you may have it in your PowerPoint, right? You are even able to get feedbacks when you are using the presenter mode for this. And to be able to enter your presenter mode, you can use the presenter view. The presenter view gives you the options of sharing a short link with your audience where they can actually ask you questions in real time. Whatever question as it is they ask you, only you are going to see it as a presenter, but the audience are not going to see the question. You can choose what questions you want to be able to answer or not whilst you're making the presentation. So you see this is my basic presentation slides. I'm not going to edit it. I can edit it if I want to be able to edit, right? If there's a format I want to be able to have used, right? You can actually really do same for you and arrange it whichever way you want to be able to arrange it. You can even go to Google and look for beautiful templates that already exist. So go to Google, look for Google slide templates or free templates. One of the ones you can always go to is Slide Carnival. It gives you tons of beautiful presentation slides that has already been designed in 3 versions. Some of them has 2 versions, right? Either in Google Slide or in Canva. You can choose to download the one you want to be able to have downloaded. If you download Google Docs or Google Slide, you have to upload it back into your Google Drive, and then it will behave as beautifully as it is you want to be able to download. But there are tons of free templates online. You might see beautiful templates for you to be able to have. The last one I'm going to talk about would be the Google Forms, right? Google Forms gives you the options of collecting data online. You can create your basic form, right? Where this will give you your questions and how you want the answers to be. You can choose whether the answers are short answers, paragraph, multiple choice, check boxes, drop boxes. When you are done, you can publish. You can always use the collaboration or the share button to be able to have those informations shared. When you add a collaborator, again, if I add Excel, she'll be able to collaborate on the same document, add, change, delete, add comments. If there are any comments as this, you want to be able to add. This will be to be able to help us with word processing and being able to carry our work or even schoolwork on the go and be able to organize them properly. You just need to be able to share them. You can download whatever documents as it is you have. Okay, now I see Excel on the document. She's typed, my name is Excel. Can you type something else? You can download the documents in any version as it is you want to be able to have. Go to File, download in PDF or whatsoever as it is you want to be able to have it. So I now see Excel on the documents. Once she types, I'll see that Excel is typing on the document. So this is Excel typing. I can also type whilst she is typing. And this is us collaborating on the same documents at the same time in real time, right? And all the other applications gives you that power to be able to have that done. Collaboration, like I said, is good. I'm going to go to the last thing, even though it's not the last on the list for what it is you want to be able to. So today, just because we are a bit time pressed, you can always explore all the other applications that Google gives to you. If you're not sure how to do it, just go to YouTube, which is also a Google application, and just type how to use Google Drive or Google Drive for beginners, Google Maps for beginners, and you'll see tons of videos to be able to learn from. I'm going to teach the last one, which is the notebook lm.google.com, which is a tool that you can use in creating any application as it is you want to be able to have created. So this format gives you the option of uploading. Even in this case, I decided to upload a scanned document, not even a real PDF document, for you to know that the tool is so powerful. It can actually even analyze pictures, right? You can add as many documents as it is you want to be able to have added to the document. When you open Google ML, you can create a source, right? And in the sources, I can add up to about 50 sources. You can add a text source. You can even add a YouTube link. If there was a YouTube link for anything as it is I want to be able to do, I can add as many things. It doesn't need to be just be one source of information, right? I can paste a text if I want to have the text pasted. I just copy and paste the text. I have up to about 50 options of data I want to be able to add to this. Let's say I'm going to find one more data for us to see. We're running out of time. I'll just find any document on criminal procedure, which is a website. I can decide to pick the website and then go back to my notebook, lm.com. I can add a source. Now it's a link, so it's a website link. I go to website and I'll just add the website link. Then I'll insert. What you notice is that it now inserts into here. The machine learning or the AI in the background, it's able to analyze as all the documents as it is I may add to it, whether it's video, text, PDF, an image. And based on that, it would generate any content as it is I want to be able to have it generated for me. I can ask it questions if I want to be able to have it ask questions. I'm going to attempt to generate the audio from what it is going to have it done for me. I can have a brief document if I want to be able to do that for me. I can have a study guide. If you had your PDF version of your study book, you can actually upload it and ask it to give you a study guide. Based on the study guide, if I click on the study guides, it's going to generate a note as it is you see. For me, there's
So
one
we are
which
2 minutes away. Sorry.
yes, so I'm almost done. This is my last run. This is a study guide as it is generated for me. You'll notice it gives me questions based on the documents as it is I have asked it, right? And then if I go to the audio, this is going to be the audio. So I'm just going to download the audio. Let's give me a minute and we are done. So
Okay, so whilst you
Google
are
can-
at it, a comment
Yes.
from the chat box. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear
Yes.
you.
I don't know if you can say anything to Google is discontinuing Keep whilst you wrap up.
Yes.
Yeah.
So because some of the tools as it is Google has over the period of time, some of the things that happens in Keep, there's even Jumbo, which has also been disconnected, which is also one of the whiteboards as it is you can have online. One of the things I would have loved to really talk about. But Google is actually has discontinued that before 2025, I think December. On December, I'm going to stop the sharing and reshare so that you can hear the audio that the app has produced for me. Since and I'm just going to play just a brief of what it is it has generated based on the audio from the documents we have for it so that you see. So I just
Sounds
keep quiet,
intense.
and then-
It is. And you know we love to get intense around here. Looks like you've given us excerpts from a law textbook. We've got some sample charge sheets and some case summaries.
A real buffet of legal documents.
Totally. So are you prepping for a case or just curious about how Ghana does things in the courtroom?
Or maybe brushing up on some Ghana law.
Whatever the reason, we're here to break it all down.
Let's do it.
Okay, so just glancing through what you gave us, first thing that grabs my attention is these sample charge sheets. Forgery, we got theft, even conspiracy to create fake IDs.
So I have stopped that for you to be able to go and experience it yourself. Based on all the documentation as it is, you are able to load into the applications. It's able to analyze it and give you an audio of two people discussing that document. For if you are people who are good in listening or learn from listening, you can actually use this approach to be able to even learn your textbooks whilst you are on the go. Thank you for the opportunity to share some of these basic tools with us. It's great to be here.
Thank you so much, Malta. I think it's very intriguing. I had not known that you can actually use that even for a podcast in that sense of how you have two people having a conversation via the app you shared. But it's just that I think we definitely have to have a part 2 of this because this is not enough. I think there's still more in there. So thank you so much once again, Mr. Stephen Malta-Donkor, for the insightful session, for sharing all these topics with us. And also to those who join us today, thank you so much for joining. And so we hope that you are leaving with valuable skills to enhance your productivity and digital experience. Let's continue to explore, innovate, and make the most of these digital tools we've learned. So this program is proudly brought to you by the U.S. Embassy Ghana in collaboration with Mobile Web Ghana, which is American Corner Abuba. And so till we come you again, have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye.